All right, guys, time's up. So what we're going to do is we're going to prepare your KWL chart to see if your definitions of what you know, what you learned, kind of matches what we went over yesterday. Heredity is the passing of traits from parent to child. A trait is a notable trait, feature, or quality in a person. So it's pretty much a physical characteristic that you receive from your parents. So you might have hazel eyes, you might have sandy brown hair, you might have dimples, you might have freckles. So we inherit traits from our parents, passing them to our children if you decide that you would like to have children. So another essential vocabulary word, which is an allele. Allele is a series of genes on a chromosome that determines heredity characteristics. One of the possible forms of the gene is, like I said before, that characteristic. Your allele combination, letters. Are you with me? So, in this case, capital T and lowercase t will equal black hair. So that allele combination trait, capital T, lowercase t, codes for black hair on chromosomes, if that's a part of your genetic makeup. A gene is like an instruction manual for our bodies, okay? It determines an organism's trait. So please try not to confuse genes and alleles. Alleles, you're dealing with letters. Your allele combination and your gene is just an instruction manual that makes up an organism, which are us. So, essential vocabulary. These words are very critical. They're very important for you to be able to work through your Punnett Square worksheets, or to just do Punnett Squares at all. If you do not know the scientific verbiage, you will struggle. So please pay attention. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Homozygous, two identical alleles for a trait. An example of this could be capital T's, lowercase z's, or capital K's. Long as you see that they look alike, homozygous. Homo, like I said up here, same. You can think of them as twins. Identical. Okay? So, of course, not every organism has homozygous alleles. We also have purebred. This is another word for homozygous. So you may see a question that say, Tom is purebred for black hair. That means the same, identical, okay? Heterozygous. Hetero is two different alleles for a trait. Hetero, prefix is opposite. So think of twins. There's identical twins and there's also fraternal twins. That means they are different, right? Another word, well, before I get into the other word for heterozygous, this is an example of heterozygous alleles. You can have a capital T and a lowercase t, a capital O, lowercase o, capital A, lowercase a, and so on and so forth. They're both the same letters, but they are, one is capital, one is lowercase, hetero. So let's say it together. Homozygous, identical. Purebred, same way of saying homozygous, identical. Heterozygous, opposite. Another word for heterozygous, hybrid. So don't let these scientific words confuse you. Get these down pat. So, when you're dealing with homozygous alleles and heterozygous alleles, or purebred or hybrid, you have to understand, some questions may say, we have heterozygous alleles, homozygous dominant. What do you think the word dominant means? So dominant could be powerful. Dominant can mean it overrides. So dominant genes there are a trait that can mask or hide another trait. It will always be a capital letter. So if you see an allele combination such as this, capital T, lowercase t, capital A, lowercase a, you know that you're dealing with the dominant letter here. Am I making sense? So, a recessive gene is a trait that can disappear for generations and reappear. It will always be lowercase letters. So for example, lowercase a could code for brown eyes. Okay? So if we're dealing with dominant genes, what if we have capital A that represents, let's see, blue eyes. So we have lowercase a that represents brown eyes, capital A that represents blue eyes. If we put the allele combination capital A, lowercase a, what do you think the offspring eye color would be? Yes, blue eyes, because that allele combination has a capital in it. Dominant genes override recessive. Recessive genes will always be lowercase letters. So that leads us into Punnett squares. Okay? Punnett squares. 4 boxes. They determine the likelihood that an offspring will inherit a specific type of trait from their parents. So, each box represents 25%. 25% chances that the offspring can inherit a certain type of allele combination from their parent. All 4 boxes equals 100%. And we're going to go into more detail into the next slide. We're going to do an example together. Black hair, capital A, is dominant. So we know that we're dealing with the capital letter. It's dominant over blonde hair, lowercase a. Make a cross between a heterozygous black hair and a blonde. So heterozygous is what again? That means we're dealing with opposite allele combinations. So if you look here, you have a heterozygous allele combination, capital A, lowercase a. We know that blonde is recessive, so it's going to be what? Lowercase letters. Now, we're going to cross each allele. A lowercase a with capital in this box, that gives you a heterozygous allele combination. Capital A, well, lowercase a, excuse me, for lowercase a, in this box, lowercase, so it's a chance that it may come out blonde. Same thing here. Lowercase, uppercase, same thing. You get the same result. So it's a chance that they might come out with black hair. The last box, lowercase, you get the same result. So what do you see when you look at the Punnett square. What's the probability that the offspring will have black hair? %. Is everybody with me? Very good. So now, we're going to watch a quick YouTube presentation before we jump into things.
Probabilities of having a specific trait, a guiding genetic disease, according to the information they have from the parents and the family history. But how is this possible? To understand how traits pass from one living being to its descendants, we need to go back in time to the 19th century and a man named Gregor Mendel. Mendel was an Austrian monk and biologist who loved to work with plants. By breeding the pea plants he was growing in the monastery's garden, he discovered the principles that rule heredity. In one of the most classic examples, Mendel combined a purebred yellow-seeded plant with a purebred green-seeded plant, and he got only yellow seeds. He called the yellow color trait the dominant one, because it was expressed in all the new seeds. Then he let the new yellow-seeded hybrid plants self-fertilize, and in this second generation he got both yellow and green seeds, which meant that the green trait had been hidden by the dominant yellow. He called this hidden trait the recessive trait. From those results, Mendel inferred that each trait depends on a pair of factors, one of them coming from the mother and the other from the father. Now we know that these factors are called alleles and represent the different variations of a gene. Depending on which type of allele Mendel found in each seed, we can have what we call a homozygous pea, where both alleles are identical, and what we call a heterozygous pea, when the two alleles are different. This combination of alleles is known as genotype, and its result, being yellow or green, is called phenotype. To clearly visualize how alleles are distributed amongst descendants, we can use a diagram called the Punnett square. You just place the different alleles on both axes, and then you figure out the possible combinations. Let's look at Mendel's peas, for example. Let's write the dominant yellow allele as an uppercase Y, and the recessive green allele as a lowercase y. The uppercase Y always overpowers the lowercase friend, so the only time you get green babies is if you have two lowercase y's. In Mendel's first generation, yellow homozygous pea mom will give each pea kid a yellow dominant allele, and the green homozygous pea dad will give a green recessive allele, so all the pea kids will be yellow heterozygous. Then, in the second generation, where the two heterozygous kids marry, their babies could have any of the three possible genotypes, showing the two possible phenotypes in a 3-to-1 proportion. But even peas have a lot of characteristics. For example, besides being yellow or green, peas may be round or wrinkled. So we could have all these possible combinations: round yellow peas, round green peas, wrinkled yellow peas, and wrinkled green peas. To calculate the proportions for each genotype and phenotype, we can use a Punnett square too. Of course, this will make it a little more complex. And lots of things are more complicated than peas, like, say, people. These days, scientists know a lot more about genetics and heredity, and there are many other ways in which some characteristics are inherited, but it all started with Mendel and his peas.
All right, guys. That was a lovely presentation, wasn't it? So now, you guys know how Miss Boseman is. I tell you guys all the time that I'm a SpongeBob fanatic. I love him. So, I was lucky enough to come across a worksheet that lets us take a trip to Bikini Bottom so we can figure out some offspring to help SpongeBob and his friends out. Okay? So, what we're going to do now is we're going to transition to our worksheet of Bikini Bottom genetics. Here's your worksheet. We're going to do the first, I'll do the first with 2 Punnett squares, questions 4 and 5 with you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to complete the back page. Once you complete the back page, you're going to do a think, pair, share with your partner. And you guys compare your answers. I expect you guys to display integrity, trustworthiness when you guys are talking and comparing your answers. Do not change your answers. I want you to discuss it, see what your partners did differently than what you actually did when you was figuring out your Punnett square, and really engage and talk about it and make sure that you guys are understanding genetics. That's the whole point of my lesson. So, we look at question 4 on the worksheet. SpongeBob SquarePants recently met Sponge Susie Roundpants at a dance. SpongeBob is heterozygous for his square shape, but Sponge Susie is round. Create a Punnett square to show the possibilities that will result if SpongeBob and Sponge Susie had children. So, SpongeBob. is heterozygous. So his allele combination is going to be capital S, lowercase s. Remember we said fraternal opposites? Sponge Susie is round. According to the sheet, she's recessive, so she's going to have lowercase alleles. So, if they have a baby, we want to determine if the baby is going to come out with a round shape, square shape, and we want to talk about the genotypes and phenotypes of the child. In the video, the genotype stated is letters that makes up an organism. It's the DNA, entire length of DNA. So in this case, capital S, lowercase s, and lowercase s will be the genotypes. Phenotypes are physical appearance, things that we can observe with the naked eye. So, SpongeBob is square. Sponge Susie is round. We can obviously see that, so that's their phenotypes. Now we're going to do a Punnett square. We're going to use those alleles, not Picasso. We're going to use our alleles to determine what's the chances that the baby will be round, square. So these are SpongeBob's alleles, and this is Sponge Susie. Okay? We're going to cross. We've got a capital and a lowercase. So a capital and lowercase goes into this box. Same thing here. Lowercase, lowercase. Lowercase, uppercase. Lowercase, lowercase. So when you look at the Punnett square, you see two allele combinations that are the same. You have a heterozygous, and you have a homozygous. So this is a 50% chance that the baby or offspring will be square, and there's a 50% chance that the baby will be round. Okay? So next, question 5. Patrick met Patty at a dance. Both of them are heterozygous for their pink body color. Which is dominant? So we're dealing with a capital letter. Dominant over a yellow body color. Create a Punnett square to show the possibilities that will result if Patrick and Patty had children. Heterozygous. We're dealing with capitals and lowercase. Genotypes is the letters that makes up an organism. So, we know that they're both heterozygous for pink body color. So they're both pink. And their allele combinations. Okay? Now we're going to do our Punnett square. Let's look here. We got two dominant alleles. So capital P's go in this box. Capital P and a lowercase p gives you a heterozygous combination. Lowercase p and capital P, heterozygous combination. Lowercase p, homozygous recessive, because they're both identical and they're lowercase. Okay? So, what are the chances of a child with a pink body? This one could be kind of tricky, because we gotta remember, dominant overrides recessive. So there is a capital P that appears in 3 boxes. So 25 times 3 is 75. So there's a 75% chance that the baby will be pink, and there's a 25% chance that the baby will be yellow. Okay? Keep in mind that each box represents 25%.